Welcome to ASR Anime, folks, and I'm Chris Brown. This is Dave the Head and Cat Smooth Roger Broom, and we are now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, our new T-shirt.
Merch.
It's A.k.a. Anime, and it's gonna get awkward.
It's about to get awkward. Read your own shirt.
Shut up, man. God.
Look, we invent the shirt, and then we circumvent the shirt to show that we're rebels.
Oh, so it's a different shirt?
Alright.
To get the alternate. The alternate of the alternate. If anything of 90s comic book collecting ever taught me was have 47 versions of the same goddamn episode.
True. That's true, actually.
Issue. Sorry,
That's
issue.
true.
Anyways, folks, yes.
We want to start all this over since we're swearing.
Heck no. I'm about to say,
This is the gold part.
Look, folks, this is ASR Anime with this blue Kool-Aid, and
Blue milk.
I'm just saying, V8 splashes and a little vodka makes Grandpa happy.
Awkwardness does continue in this episode as we finally finish Monster Musume. And after 12 episodes of
Titties on snake girls.
Yep.
Cleavage.
Probably to no end. And a pretty tentative love story. It's there. We can proudly say we finished this. We've gone the mile. And
Have we gone the distance?
yes.
Are we in it for speed?
No, I don't want to get sued yet.
No, not yet. Wait till we sell some more T-shirts. Can afford a lawyer.
No one gets sued. Wait, that's horrible.
Shall we talk about our anime today?
Yes, let's get to it. So, Monster Musume, we finally get to episodes 9 through 12.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're
I'm not like Mike where I'm like, I have no idea what my episodes are.
B.
Yeah,
So what's
and
with the
R.
numbers after them?
and so, in these particular episodes, we finally get a glimpse of a little bit of each of the girls and a...
Well, we've gotten more than a glimpse by now, but still, yes.
we get these girls in the setting of the dating scene as a mysterious person named D
Dum dum dum.
is
God.
threatening to take our main character's life. So,
So Darling Coon is being threatened by the D.
I get the D.
ladies and gentlemen, the T-shirt.
Awkward.
So,
We need a giant red just word that says awkward flashing off and on.
so within these episodes, as he's going on dates with not only the sister girls in the household, but along with the Mon Squad, and
also Smith-san.
And the idea behind it is to reveal who D is. In this instance, D is supposedly a monster girl that starts with the letter D. We go from Dragon Newt to, let's see, what was after that? Crap.
Devil Girl.
The Devil Girl.
Turned out to be Doppel.
Yeah, and Doppel was another one. And then finally we get to the seventh girl who ends up joining the household, Lala, who is a Dullahan.
Which starts with D.
Yep. So,
And for those of you who are not into the obscure mythology of whatever the hell
Dullahan
is, it's Headless Reaper of Souls.
Yep.
If you ever know any of the stories of the Headless Horseman, that's pretty much
Kind of like that.
Kind of like that.
Less ghost, more Reaper.
More Reaper.
We fought him in Castlevania.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
8-bit knowledge, baby.
Yeah.
It's like-
8-bit and 16-bit and 32-bit.
So within
Okay,
these,
calm down.
So within these episodes, we finally get to our end of our cycle. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our review, starting with the visuals. Once again, now we've seen all 12 episodes.
Yep.
What are we thinking?
So are we judging on all 12 or just the last 4?
I say we go ahead and do all 12 at this point. We've now seen the entire series. Where are we
Okay,
at?
because I'd like to just go on record saying that the last 4 are such a hit and miss compared to the other first 8. some of the episodes are so stupid and useless, and some of them are some of the best episodes. The episodes where they're going on the little dates with one another are great. Everything else is so dumb.
I agree to that.
I especially enjoy when he takes the Monster Squad girls out. I think that was a great getting to know them character arc.
I think.
They
I think
felt
that.
jealous.
I think it's true, but I agree with Dave. Like this is these last 4 episodes are kind of where, it's less, getting the plot across and all this stuff to the point where we're now getting into more character development. What do these girls really like?
It's like half an episode is character development and half of it is fan service.
Yep.
And
there's no middle ground.
No. It's one or the other. And I think it's...
Oh, we forgot about the Dryad.
Oh, the Dryad, yes.
Yep, that's another D.
That's right, we
forgot
did.
the D, Chris.
You know what? With these jokes, are you really going to sit there and really do that? I'm about to say, I don't think these jokes are going to stop. Or how hard you try.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should give it some stars since we're 8-star anime.
I don't care. Anyways.
I don't mean the jokes. I meant the... No, the jokes get none of the stars.
I give your joke 1 star.
No stars.
No stars.
Okay, first of all, any joke you come up with is no stars, sir.
Aww.
What the hell? I have great jokes.
You occasionally have something. You
You
occasionally...
dropped your top.
Yeah, I see that.
Don't worry
Chris's
about
top.
Anyways.
That's
See?
funny. That's funny.
That was funny.
That was funny.
was-
I should get a star.
Anyways, our visuals for the entire series, to me, will still remain a 2. It's still colorful, still flashy, still
Very
wonderfully animated.
so
Very
there's
well
nothing I can really say that we haven't already done in our last several episodes. So
If you want to know how we feel, stop watching this episode and watch the other ones.
I know, right?
No,
Now,
seriously.
now, however, there is a couple of scenes throughout all this where they make parodies of different other shows
And anime
and
genres.
And video
genres.
games. There's a Metal Gear Solid
Uh,
reference in there.
Yeah, that was actually amusing. The one that got me was the Godzilla fight.
Yeah. Godzilla
that
fight
was
very
actually
good.
pretty funny.
Her spines lit up before she shot the radiation.
Radiation.
So it's good source material
So,
research.
just to give you guys clarification, I know there's a lot of spoilers. If you haven't seen this, has been out for like 5 years now.
Yeah, we can't
so-
spoiler it.
You see, if you're looking for something that's heavy in story, you're in the wrong anime anyways.
Yeah.
There's a whole point where Sue, or they meet a Dryad who's completely huge for like no apparent reason.
Not Groot.
And
Not Groot.
Sue gets dumped in some toxic waste and all of a sudden becomes really gigantic and huge herself.
Very Godzilla-like.
And then it comes out looking literally like Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so they literally take the scene and they make it look like this old school...
Sepia tone.
Sepia tone.
Old school Toho movie with the actual mountain in the background of them fighting, and you can see the film gets degraded.
It's almost as if they completely just said, "Oh, we're not in the forest we were in, but we're in a completely different area now, and then we're just going to do this huge monster fight scene for no reason." So I thought it was
Kudos to them for
absolutely
that.
hilarious.
So for 14 seconds, we were all Denzi Casta.
All right, now as we get to the audio, I'll still have to give it the old 1. Meaning, only for the sheer fact that, once again, there really is nothing to the music that wows, nothing that actually foreshadows anything, nothing that says, "Hey,
Right.
this is kind of there." I mean, there is music, there's sound, voice acting is fine, but
Yeah, the voice acting's good and the sound effects are good. But it's so cheesecakey that there's no chance to get,
Foreshadowing or anything?
well, just out of its... It is what it is, and it never steps around that.
yeah.
yeah. So
The last episode where they were looking for the episode where they were looking for the severed head, they did try to make that
Right.
Yeah.
atmospheric,
A little
bit
more
spooky.
ambiance of the horror film
A little bit more
genre.
spooky, yeah.
a lot of screaming.
Lot of
Yes.
screaming, lot of
Oh,
screaming.
It was like, really, guys? I think we've gotten the point already. It's like,
And who goes to a park that just happens to have a severed mannequin head? That was
Yeah,
such a
thank you.
stupid...
Yeah, that's kind of
I
it.
mean, that's some Scooby-Doo level.
yeah, it
Red
really
Herring.
was.
Red Herring did it.
That's right. I hate that little kid.
I know, right?
I mean, and who heard of a cop that's scared of the dark?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
if you
true.
don't come out in the dark, I'll go to shit.
And he must have learned how to be a cop in America.
Yeah, really. Police Academy 43 and a third.
Police Academy, nice reference.
You're welcome.
All right, so once again, we go to story,
Oh!
and we'll have to give it the old 1 star.
What, are you giving it a 1 as well?
I guess so. Yeah, why not? 1.
Reason being is because it does have a lack of story. Not to say it doesn't necessarily have one, but like we said before, it does have one. It's just that it gets completely overshadowed and
Yeah, whatever story it had earlier has long
been lost within easily these last 4 episodes because
True.
because if they were going to do a season 2 for this show, which they probably would have done
By now.
I
would think.
Most of the series, like the manga continues on where this completely leaves off, and a lot of it at this point is still the character development, still the goofy situations, to the point where they're giving each of the girls a little bit of screen time. You know what I'm saying?
If they don't want to stay home, they'll never stay home. They'll always like come out and like just spy on the other kids.
Yeah.
Nobody trusts each other.
No,
that's true.
And then the kids walking around telling Sue, "We're a family. You know, you don't act like one."
Yeah.
And she calls everybody else the freeloaders because they don't really work or bring any money to the family unit.
God, when she was poisoned, that was
I think that's the problem with this is that it's supposed to be a romantic comedy, but it's not romantic. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's no story. There's no plot.
I'm assuming eventually you get to the point where
Well, the manga must have one.
the manga does because the manga eventually you get to finally meet some of the parents of the monster girls.
Oh God!
And then
Awkward.
Yeah, right.
it can get awkward, but there's actually a point in time where Smith actually goes, "Hey, so which one are you choosing?" And it's no longer her being kind of funny and cutesy about it. It's her being serious, like, "Hey,
you gotta pick one.
We need to get this experiment rolling.
Yeah.
And that becomes
the government. They take a while sometimes.
Well, no, that becomes a huge kind of turn in the story point where it's, hey, you need to pick one of the girls, and then this is where we meet Mia's mother, we meet Poppy's mother, we meet Soraya's mother, and then they go to the other 3 girls, and he discusses with them, how he feels about them, but not quite to the point where he's able to choose one yet.
See, I've never been a big fan of the harem series. I don't mind it so much when everyone is kind of on the same page.
If there's a good storyline, I could see.
I think that's where it's lacking because the series stops at a point where you get story for like the first 8 episodes where we're kind of building some of the characters.
Even that's
kind of a little shaky.
Yeah,
but then these last 4
just totally plateau.
When they said they're going to do something, they don't do it at the end.
Well,
one of the episodes. He says, "I'm gonna get married to one of the girls if I make it home."
But see, that's the problem.
Gone doesn't happen.
But see, that's the problem. Like we get to the plateau, and where we should be spiking up for a climatic moment.
Like a perfect example for me was that episode where they go to the street market.
Yeah.
And all the normal people are worried they're going to offend the monster girls, and the monster girls start adapting and explaining how they're like the people in certain ways. The mermaid likes fish. Go figure. Yeah. The centaur likes fresh produce. Go figure. Poppy likes to play with the kids because that's what she did when we found her the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go figure.
They were trying to hide the chicken because they might offend the harpy.
And that kind of stuff was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because it shows them as people, not objects.
Exactly.
And that's the part that we miss in this series because the thing about this series
There's nothing wrong with being a cute, sexy girl, but be a person.
Well, see, that's kind of the thing.
Have some depth, you mean?
Yeah.
But that's the problem that the anime misses.
That the
manga doesn't because in the anime they're constrained to trying to fit as much of what they can in.
Well, realistically, with 12 episodes, it's almost 24 of the manga stories. I do remember reading some of them.
Literally half an episode is a chapter in the book.
Right.
And instead of like expanding on just one chapter, we're just gonna put that exact one chapter in and throw it into that 15-minute slot before we take our quick commercial break and come back for the other whatever.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you miss some of the details. Maybe there's a few jokes in there that get completely patched over. And I think that's where it kind of just goes, man. Where the manga kind of goes, hey, there's a character that I was talking to you about when we were watching
kobold
the
girl.
Kobold.
It looks like a werewolf.
Yeah, and the Kobold is kind of funny because she's really into exercising, really wants to do.
We see her running and stuff.
In the manga, when we meet her, the girls are worried about themselves gaining weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
So they're like, oh no, it's like, I've gained some weight, They're like, how are we going to work this off? So enter in, oh god, I forgot her name.
Kobold girl.
The Kobold girl.
Who's a personal trainer?
Yeah, she's a personal
Nice.
trainer who built a complete gym for the Monster Girls in general. So it's a huge place.
That's cool.
And so, obviously certain things ensued, jokes, blah blah, yada yada.
Yeah.
But now we kind of see some story elements that are actually kind of relevant to them being people.
Yeah.
They're
Which we need
at
more
the end
of
of the day, yes, they're they're demi-humans, monster girls, whatever you want to call them. They're still
People.
girls.
Yeah.
They're people. So they still have the same concerns. My weight, do I look beautiful today? So, and we get to see that more in the manga than we ever really see here, because the anime is more concentrating on how much cleavage
How
can
much
we show,
cheesecake.
how much cheesecake can we put into these episodes.
How awkwardly stupid can this get without being just plain stupid?
Exactly. So,
I want to do entertainment.
and for enjoyment, sure, why not? So, I still give it a 2.
I give it a 2 in enjoyment too, because I like it not taking itself as seriously.
It really doesn't.
The next couple episodes, they're not trying to compete with other people. Because if you want a good harem anime that's written well, you watch Tenchi Muyo or something like that. Tenchi Muyo at 12 episodes had a lot more story.
But see, that's the only reason I give it a 2 is because it takes what it is and says, screw it, we're gonna go this way. We're not gonna change it. We're gonna be the flashy,
We're gonna be the.
kind of whatever.
We're
so
gonna go
that's
for
like-
bonkers.
Exactly.
So,
I kind of
deep
wanted to
story.
give it a 1, but the more we talked about its flaws, the more I realized I don't really like it. And it's one of the few times where I would say I enjoyed what limited manga I read over the anime.
Yeah, that's probably true.
It's a fair statement. I mean, I can't really disagree or argue with it in general. So, folks,
Well, you had been giving it about a 7.
but as you go through the episodes, as I watch this again, I realized that plateau for these last 4 episodes, kind of brings it back.
And Roger has given it, I think,
I'll give it a 6 every time.
both times he was on.
Straight
Yeah.
6s.
I went from 6 to 4.
Yeah, I went from 7 back down to a 6. I didn't really drop too much,
No.
but I think
This one suffered for you with the story.
it really
Yeah.
did because, like I said, you go from kind of getting the idea of, hey, these girls are wanting to get married, blah, 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 and, jokes ensue here and there, and it's kind of
I
funny
honestly think
to-
you are reading way too much into the story than what's presented. And
Yeah.
I think you're bringing knowledge from the manga to it.
I
Well,
think, I think the only one that wants to get married
to
is
be
the
done-
Lamia. And
Right.
everybody
No,
else
to be fair,
just likes the guy.
well,
Well,
I-
the centaur has a
has
relationship
a-
with him that's on par with the marriage.
Like she
yeah,
has a
but I mean,
professional
sure, I
relationship with
am.
him.
I may be reading into a bit, but that's still the overall arcing idea of how the series is
sure,
supposed to go.
like, as it's
And
supposed to.
I haven't read any of
It
the
is.
anime myself, so all I've gone.
You haven't read any of the anime?
Nope. I haven't read any of the manga.
there
Manga.
you go.
Shut up. I haven't read any of the books. Nope. I'm just going off the anime.
So I mean, I still think that bit of story of it's still in the anime. It's just that literally about halfway through they just said, "Screw it, we're just gonna go
Well,
with
then,
the comedy bit."
how about we do our final thoughts from the lowest to the highest?
Okay, that's fine. Go
My
for it.
final thoughts is this.
He's
This
the
is an
lowest.
yeah, I have the lowest score of it. I have the lowest opinion of it. My thought is this. This anime is fine for a waste of time or something to look at. Animated, it's well done. For a joke or something to laugh at, great. If you're into cheesecake, yes. If you like the idea of the fantasy people, go for it. If you're looking for a deep story or something to share with people, I think this is a bypass. Roger.
I enjoy the humor. I enjoy it doesn't take itself seriously. It knows there's better harem animes. It knows there's better cheesecake animes out there. Or anime in general. But it takes it for itself. It just tries to be as funny as possible and kind of outlandish as possible. So if you want just something kind of crazy and offbeat, I don't know if I'd recommend this someone for an example of what anime is. It might scare them away. But if somebody likes cheesecake and that sort of thing, I'd point them towards it.
Well, with that being said, for my final thoughts, to say this is what anime is, it's kind of like,
It
to be
kinda
honest,
is.
it is.
It's such a
That's
variety.
that's kind of why I still give it its high remarks. It's because this is what I wouldn't say reduced to. It's what animes kind of come to be to certain degrees, depending on what genre you're
I was
watching.
gonna say, well, this is just a genre. I mean,
Exactly.
it's just a thing.
I mean, any type of fan service, any of this fan service or ecchi, if you want to call it, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get your cleavage. You're gonna get your awkward moments. That's kind of how it is.
Funny jokes, guy getting slapped around.
Exactly. And
I did think of one thing.
What's up?
I would have to say, as far as these kind of style animes, their personalities, when they're allowed to come through, are excellent.
yes,
Their characters are good characters. They're just in a crappy story.
yeah, I
More or
agree.
less, yeah.
And so, I mean, I give it its high remarks only for the sheer fact that it's something that it knows what it is and tries not to go over above what it needs to be.
Would you say it's a good example of its genre? Of that
The
lighthearted,
genre being cheesecake.
yeah, the lighthearted cheesecake
Well,
harem
ca-
kind of thing.
I
It's
would say
comedy.
It's comedy. So, in essence, yes. I would say yes. It fits right where it needs to be. I wouldn't say it's at the peak of that genre by no stretch,
I mean,
but it's a good example of what you would get in that particular area.
it's like the National Lampoon version of an anime.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And if that's your style, rock on.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Monster Musume. That's been our review through all 12 episodes. I know I've enjoyed it. I'm sure y'all have at least enjoyed somewhat to it to a degree.
I like parts of it, and just like in general.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chris Brown, Mary Fred Black Man. This was David the Head. This was Captain Smooth Roger Broom. And we'll be back real soon, most likely with Princess Tutu.
All the Princess Tutu.
Great.
It's gonna be alright, buddy.
You're gonna love it.
I hate you all.
So much dancing.
Yeah.
That penguin's gonna be back on them. The harpsichord.
Maybe when she gets done saving
Tone
the,
down your level of what you consider comedy, sir.
maybe when she gets done
Yeah.
saving the prince, she can find where your feels are too.
Goddamn.
Aww.